Alrighty. I got my water. There was a guy ahead of me in line, which is always good news because I started a conversation with him and found out who he was, where he was from, what kind of rig he does. He had a cargo trailer he built out himself, and coming to Quartzsite was on his bucket list. And you know, it's one of the things I really love about this lifestyle is you go into town, be sure you don't miss the best part of going into town, and that is talking to strangers. It is fun, and people are here, they're excited, they're anxious to talk. It's pretty cool. So give it a try. You're in line at the grocery store, because if you come into town this week, the Big Tent Week, you're going to wait in lines, and it's an opportunity to really get to know people from all over the place with all kinds of stories they want to tell you. And look at this traffic. Again, I'm a broken record. You come into town, expect to wait for everything. Drive very defensively, because there are people that have never been here, they're unfamiliar, they don't know where they're going, they're confused, they're not paying attention. They will pull out in front of you. You will have near accidents, if not actual accidents. The defensive driving piece is about avoiding actual accidents. So I have to go to 2 food places. Why? Because one of the things I need to get is treats for Dottie. So that won't be at the regular grocery stores usually. That is at the dollar store. So I think, I hope I can get this straight in my head. I think I'm on Main Street, and I'm on West Main, which means it's west of Central or 95. And I think this is Family Dollar. One's Family Dollar, one's Dollar General. We'll see. I'll let you know. It's coming up here. And, if you think this is a long video, and if you think it's too long, no video is too long, because you can always just click off and stop. I don't save any big surprises for the end of my videos. Clicking off the second you're bored is totally a good idea. And it is Dollar General, and I'm gonna go in here and see if we got any dog treats. And then, whoa, there's a guy. See, that is a guy that was in a hurry. Could have been an accident, but it wasn't. We'll see who we meet in line here. I'll let you know if I meet anybody. I'll tell you who. I'll tell you all about it. Okay, so I was in Dollar General, and I met 2 people. The conversation started with the lady in front of me was buying a 6-pack of beer, and the cashier said, "I gotta see your ID." And I made a wisecrack, saying, "Hey, I would look at that real closely, because she didn't look 21 to me, and she was my age." And she laughed, and the 2 of them were kind of joking back and forth. The lady behind the counter said, "Well, I'm just a different generation." And I said, "Different generation from what? What are we talking about here?" And she said, "Well, I married an older man. I like older men, and she's the same age as my husband, and I'm younger than he is." And I'm like, how old are these people? They all look around my age. How old is this lady? And the lady looked very attractive woman. Blonde hair, nice smile. And but they weren't going to disclose in front of me. So the lady buying the beer left, and I said, "Okay, come clean. How old is your husband? This much older husband?" She said, "Oh, he's 62. And I'm like, "Oh, he's not old. I'm older than he is. I'm going to be 63 next month in February." I'm like got the 30-day countdown to 63. So, and it means, so this woman was 62, and I saw her in the parking lot. I said, "Hey, I know how old you are," and she kind of smiled. She said, "How old?" I said, "Don't worry, I'm older than you are. I'm your elder. I'm going to be 63 next month, so respect your elders." And she thought that was pretty funny. So I met two people, and the woman, the cashier, said she and her husband were just, for some reason, drawn to Quartzsite, and she just wanted to be here, and she wanted to work, and she's working at the Dollar General, and she just loves it here. I didn't get the full story on the other lady because I don't know. She was attractive, and I didn't want to appear to be hitting on her, so I didn't get that much information. But again, you go to do a simple thing. I bought a bunch of dollar dog treats for Dottie, and met two pretty interesting people that made me smile and laugh. And now I have to decide, am I in a coyote mood or am I in a Roadrunner mood? I think I'm in a coyote mood because no, I'm in a Roadrunner mood. I went to Coyote yesterday, and one of the things I was looking for was their meatballs. And, they didn't have any. It's pretty slim pickings on the cook stuff this week because it's so busy. So I will get my little list of things done at Roadrunner. I got my water, and then I am going to go down to Tyson Wells, find a far off place to park, and go see my friend Deborah Dickinson, and Joan selling her rocks. I bet she's going to sell out of all her very beautiful painted rocks. She was almost going to sell out day before yesterday. We'll see how she does today. And she sent me a message and said she was maybe interested in a power station and wonders what should she get and does she really need one. And so maybe it's not too busy, I can talk to her about that and give her some good advice. And here we are at the Roadrunner. So it's the Roadrunner market, and down the road a quarter of a mile or less, maybe an eighth of a mile, is the Coyote. So the Coyote and the Roadrunner, is that a coincidence? No, it is not a coincidence. If you dig back into my videos, you'll find a tour of both grocery stores. And if you go to the Coyote one, you will find the backstory of why it's the Coyote and the Roadrunner. And it was a dispute between the owner of the Roadrunner and a couple that worked for them. So they went off to create their own business, and they decided to call it the Coyote. So I'll be back. Okay, we have done our shopping at the Roadrunner market, and there was one wrinkle. And here's the thing. Now, I do have lots of videos on this concept of how to save money while you're staying in Quartzsite. And one of them is, don't do all your grocery shopping at Coyote or Roadrunner. They're small. And, are they way more expensive than like Albertsons and Blythe? I haven't done a direct comparison, but I don't think there's an enormous difference, right? But there is a big difference that I'm going to show you here. I'm going to go take a little side trip down to Ken's Discount Grocers, and I want to show you something there, and I'm going to do a little comparison. There was an item that I wanted at Roadrunner, and I took a picture of it along with the price, and I'm gonna go get, now it wasn't exactly I don't think it's 100% the same, but they're same brand. They're graham crackers, and I think that there's like the ones, if I'm not mistaken, the ones that Roadrunner had like added cinnamon or something, and the ones I'm about to walk in and buy at Ken's, the ones I'm about to walk by and buy at Ken's are going to be just regular graham crackers. And this little thing I bought for the camera is driving me crazy because it keeps, if I hit a bump, it moves. I can't figure out how to keep it tight. I'm going to have to really sit down and examine this thing. The rotation setting doesn't seem to allow you to put it in the exact position you want and then tighten it. You have to, it's hard to explain. Anyway, so you're going to have to get used to me constantly putting my finger up there and pushing it back into place so you can see me while I'm jabbering away, and you can see what's in front of me driving. See, there you go. So if you want to know how to get to Ken's Discount Grocers, you're going to come up here. You're going to go to the west on Main Street. So if you're coming from the south of Quartzsite and you come over I-10 and you get to the big intersection in town, you're going to make a left. You'll come down here. You'll see the Stagecoach up here, Stagecoach restaurant. That's where the good Chinese restaurant is in town. And then you see the big tower, the K&B tower there, and on the tower it says Ken's Grocery Outlet. So Ken's Grocery Outlet is what it sounds like. It's a grocery outlet. He has dry goods, right? So you're not going to get any dairy or milk, fresh fruits and stuff. Dry goods that have expiration dates, like in the past 12 months. And let me tell you something, that expiration dates on things like crackers and cereals and coffee and stuff, they don't really mean anything unless you have like this amazing sensitivity to freshness that I certainly don't have, and I haven't met anybody else that does. So we're going to walk in here and I'm going to show you. I'm just going to probably just spend $1. I'm probably just going to come in here and spend $1 on my graham crackers. Pretty funny, huh? So come in with me. And that's what happens when you put your hand over the camera. You get instead of my face, you get a and I just wanted to show you what I'm going to buy and what the price difference was. And I know exactly where it is. Oh, you're getting there. Yeah. We got bombarded about. And here we go is the graham crackers, as promised. There we go. It's $1. Okay, so up here in the corner, I'm gonna do my pictures of the two and show. I spent what did I spend? 8 cents on gas to go down the road and jump into Ken's and hand him a $1 bill and grab a box of graham crackers. It's just. You can save a lot of money by being smart. Now, we are going to the big tent, and I am going to show you semi-secret parking. Their parking can be a bit of a challenge at the big tent. And it's in the morning. It's not quite so bad, but it's 10:45. It's going to be, unless you know a few tricks, It's tough. So I'm going to show you my trick. Did I run into a new stranger? No. I already know Ken, and I know the lady that works there, so I chatted it up with them a little bit, but they weren't new people. They were existing people. Now, this thing is tight now. I don't know how you feel about my face being kind of squished over in the corner, but this is the best I can do right now. And I'm going to be curious to see when I get the microphone delivered next week to see if the microphone makes a difference. My friend Tim has told me, and I believe him, that background music that I've been adding into this thing softly in the background does not add any value to the videos, and it sometimes just solely serves as a distraction. So that's the other thing I'm going to start doing. I'm going to lose the music. Especially if the point is kind of just talking like this and showing you stuff. Silly Al's, we just passed Silly Al's. And I bet that's a long wait this week to get in there to get a pizza. Probably the next time I go to Silly Al's will be the middle of February. So I've mentioned before my plans for the summer. I got a position as a volunteer camp host at Yosemite, and I've been pretty excited about that. It's in Crane Flat Campground. I think they're at 6,000 feet in Yosemite outside. It's not the valley, it's outside the valley. But I know that campground was closed for renovations last year, and two things concern me. One is on recreation.gov, the place where you book campsites. You know, campsites should be open and available to start booking, and Crane Flat does not show any availability all year. It shows basically closed. So I've sent 2 emails to the ranger that quote hired me saying, hey, what's going on? And I haven't heard anything, so I may not have a volunteer position for the summer, which, you know, when you're in this lifestyle, that's not a big deal. I'll find something else to do. My friend Deborah Dickinson, who you're about to see because I'm going to go in and find her, and Joan, and answer some questions for Joan. We'll give Dottie a block, hang out with Deborah a little bit. What was my point? I had a point. I swear to God, I had a point. Oh, Deborah and Frugal RV Gal last summer pretty much spent the whole summer in the great state of New Mexico. You can buy, and I think it's $225, a annual non-resident pass to the state parks. And I think that if you're dry camping, it's free. And then a hookup site, I think, is $11. So, you know, I'm not sure how long you can stay, maybe a couple weeks at a time and you have to move. But there are lots of parks, and they moved around all summer, and it was very inexpensive. Oh, by the way, did you guys see that I didn't even mention it. As soon as I turned on Kuhn Street, I took an immediate right here by the firewood, and I'm going straight back. There are no signs to tell you that anything interesting is back here, but there is parking back here. Well, actually, if I go straight, that's where all the extra parking is. But I'm thinking there may be closer spots right now because it's just late morning. So we'll shoot over here and see if we can find a parking spot closer to where we're going, and we'll park there. If not, we'll turn around, come back, and go to the secret place. But I would have just kept going straight there. It kind of dips down and kind of goes into a scraggly kind of area. Somebody just snagged a handicap spot. It's the first handicap spot I've seen in Quartzsite. There's handicap parking. Look at that. Now this is looking pretty full here. Maybe this wasn't the smartest thing I've done. But no, there is parking right here. There's plenty of parking right here. Look at these spaces. This is just good. And you know what? I see Deborah Dickinson's trailer. Not her trailer, her rig. I see it. And it looks like Frugal RV Gals right beside her. Isn't that exciting, Dottie? My coffee is cold. At least I thought to bring it. I am going to grab Dottie, and I'm just going to do a quick video when I run into them, and that's going to be it for this video today.